Okay, this is going to be a beginning tutorial for the Topcon Maestro, brand new unit, just released October of 2016, cleared by our federal FDA, and we're going to give you a little tutorial on how to use the software. This is going to be very basic. I'm going to go very slow, very methodical, and you can use this as a reference to work the software. So once you take the image, this is after you take the image. So once you've learned how to take the image, which is very easy by the way, it's basically all automatic. I call it goof-proof picture perfect because it almost is. You can't really goof it up. So this is the main screen on the Topcon unit. And you're going to click this little icon right here that says 3D OCT. And you're going to get that updating the list. And you're going to see this is the main screen. This is where everything is done from the main screen here. So I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, but I won't go that fast. These are all the patients that you've done. So these patients will appear here on this left side. Okay? And if you want to register a new patient, so if a new patient is coming in, they're not already in the database, you just go up here to register new patient. And you have to have two fields filled out here in order to take a picture from the Maestro. The ID number, which we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last name, which can be Mouse. And that's all you really need. But you can also put in the first name if you'd like. We'll put in Mickey. In order to get the database data for the reports, you have to put in a birth date. So let's do that. 2/10/1956. And put in male or female so it can compare the information in the database with males versus females. Ethnic group is optional, but there's what you see you have: African American, Asian, Caucasian, Latino, and non-categorized. And you can do this by different physicians. You can put in your physician's name. If you have multi-doctor practices, you can do that. And that's all you really need to do, because most people don't have time to put in much else. So in reality, you probably should put in, we'll put Mickey in there as non-categorized. Got to have some humor here. And then when you're done, you're going to click Register. And that's going to register the patient. Now you can see it highlighted it automatically, so now you're ready to capture for that patient. So what you do is, if you're ready to take that image, and I'm not going to go over this because this would require a camera to show you the Maestro unit. But once the Maestro is connected to this computer, you just go over here and click Capture, and your capture screen is going to come up. And when it comes up, it's going to look like this. It's going to be slower because I'm recording this recording. It may not actually come up while I'm doing this recording. So, it says it's not ready. Okay, I'll have to look at that. We'll take a look at that. Okay, so it was unplugged in the back of the computer. Did not realize that. So now, we registered the patient, we put in all their information in the unit, and now when we click on it, it's already highlighted. Just hit Capture, and the capture screen will come up. It always works when it's connected. And that's what your capture screen looks like. And that's what you want to see when you operate the Maestro to the capture screen. Okay, so basically that's the main screen for capturing. 3 black areas. And the data will automatically get transferred over, and you'll see what those screens look like as we continue the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to stop that. We're going to go back to Select. And we're going to go over here to Patient Test, Test Patient. Last name of patient, first name of test. And you can search here too, and I'll show you that later, but I want to show you what this looks like. So we're going to click over here. Now under Patient Test, these are all the images that have been taken for that patient. And as you can see, it shows you the date, the time, the scan mode, and most of them are going to be 3D wide H, although this one has a 3D disc in it and a 3D macula in it. Shows you what eye it is, where the fixation was. Obviously 3D disc was on the disc and 3D macula was on the macula. This is the file number. This is created by the software. And you don't need to worry about this. This is where they're archived on the disks if you back them up. We're not going to discuss that right now. So let's say you want to look at one of these images. I'll show you what to do. So basically, the image database here, when you click on it, I'll just go to Teresa. There's Teresa. So she's had 4 of them. She even had a radio anterior segment done. Okay. Go back to patient test. This area here is all your patients. This is the scans that have done, and this is down here. This is a report list. So if you want to do a report right away and send it to the printer or export it out into your EMR, you can do that right from this screen. That's what this is for. And so you saw us hit capture over here. This is select. This is the main screen. This is where you select the patient information. Capture was when we hit capture for this patient. Brought up those black screens. View will light up, report will light up, compare will light up, retina nerve fiber layer will light up, color set, layers will light up. This closes the program or closes the screen up that you're in. And I'll show you that. Okay, so basically then, let's go and let's look at a scan that we did up here. Let's look at this one right here. And this is an actual patient. And you can see now that we have the OCT scan in the large window, and we have the retinal camera image in the right window. And down here we have the B-scan profile chart. Okay. Down here we have all the other scans for this patient right here. Okay, all the other ones that were done for this patient right here. So after it's all done processing, this is what you'll see. After you capture the image and it's done processing, this is what you'll see. When you go over here to the retina image, if you click in this window, by the way, let me explain this to you. These red squares right here, here, and here bring everything up full screen. So if you want to look at the scan in full screen, click it. As you can see, there's the scan in full screen. Okay. Unclick it, takes you back. Look at the retina image in full screen. Click it. There's the retina image in full screen. Click it. Down here, this is the B scan. That wouldn't be very good to look at in full screen, but I guess we could. Pretty boring. But this is interesting. If you change it to map, right now this is on graph. If you change it to map, you're going to get the map of the retina image. As you can see, it's right there. Then you can take this. This is temporal. This is nasal. You can take this and you can go and you can move it around and show the depth of the retina itself by moving the map. Okay? And if you want full screen, yes, you can do it full screen. Okay. And we go hit the red to get it back. Okay. Now, let's go back to this one. Click into this window here. And if you move the thumb wheel on the mouse, you can see this line moves up and down on the retina. And now you can see where we're at on the retina, on the layers of the retina. So if we scroll all the way up here at the top, and then we scroll away from you, we're going to scroll down the image, and you can see the nerve fiber layers coming right in. We're going to go right over the nerve head, and then we're going to go right over the macula area right there. And then we're going to come on down and just look at everything there. Now, on this same screen, you have some options. Let me put this back in the middle. On this same screen, you have some options. You have this filter here. These are filters, or grids, too. So this one will just let you to show you highlight the blood vessels. That's a toggle on, toggle off. Toggle on, toggle off. Next one. Toggle on, toggle off. You can see it goes to overlay there. On, off, on, off. This one is another filter that you have. This one is a grid that shows you the measurements in microns. So you can see the grids there. You can see it going across what the microns are, going across from 226 to 217, pretty even the whole way across. 222, a little bump here at 351, 289, you would expect that. 233 and 212 narrowing down on the bottom, correlates to this map here. So you can see it gets higher and then comes down lower. So you can see that, and it sort of correlates to that map. And then you have a grid there too. So basically then you can take this one and do a circle, and you can go in and you can move this one around, and you can see the numbers change as they move it around on that grid. Okay? And again, toggle off. Toggle on, toggle off. So that's all the things you can do on the Retina camera square. Okay, so that's what you can do there. Now let's go over to the nerve fiber squares. You can measure. I'll show you that in a minute, but let's take a look at this. This is basically will play the movie. So this will take you back all the way to the beginning. If you hit this right here, it'll play the movie. Hopefully it shows it good on my capturing of the entire retina, and you can see it go down. And we'll go back over again. If you look at the Retina camera image, you'll see that line coming down as we come down across, and it plays the movie. Okay, so that's what that does. We'll go ahead and we'll stop that. And we'll come over here and we'll put the line back in the middle over here. Okay, so that's where we're at there. Now, to measure, you simply put the cursor where you want, and you're going to measure the retina fiber layer. You just go in right here and you click, and you can double click it and it will measure it right there. And if you look on the map, you can see where we're at on the map, where the retina is. We're right there. So if we click right here, we're going to get a higher number than we do if we're down here. Okay? So you can see that happening right here. You can also click on the map. It'll change where you're at on the retina and take your measurement there too. So you can do it either way. You can do it on this side, or you can do it on this side over here. Okay? So you can measure like that. 249 microns. Okay, so that's that. Now there's some other things here too that you can do. You can turn off and on these layers. What you do right here, if you go over here on this side, this is the retina, okay? If you go here to layers, down here, this will highlight the layers of the retina, the top and the bottom. And you can play that movie. You can also drag this little icon here to where you want it to be. Again, if you look at the retina image, you can see where you're at across. And you can see those layers of those are really parallel. Those layers are parallel, which, from my understanding, means that the nerve fiber layer is pretty healthy if they're parallel like that. Okay, so that takes care of that. Click on, by the way, that's toggle on, toggle off. Toggle on, you can see the white, toggle off. Then you can switch to nerve fiber layer, and the map changes to a different color, and you can see that too on the screen. And you can switch to nerve fiber layer, ganglion cell layer right there, plus plus, and this one which I'm not sure what that one is actually. I'll have to find out what that one is. GCL plus. Okay, so we're going back to Retina. This is the one that everyone's going to use anyway. So that basically gives you that printout there. That format. Now let's talk about this one. Let's go over to report. If you click report right here, you're going to get a report that says something okay, like this. Looks like this. Took a while for it to come up. And you can print that report if you have a printer connected, or you can export it out to your EMR as either a JPEG or a PDF. Okay? So you can export them out. And that's going to give you the whole report. Each eye is a single page, by the way. Left eye and right eye. Shows you all the information. Shows you the quality image, which is green. Shows you all the information. Gives you the disc topography information. Gives you all the retina analysis. Gives you all the mapping and numbers over here. Gives you the average thickness, 107 microns. I understand that's very good. Pretty much average, actually. So that's good. So that gives you that. Now, when you're done with that, if you hit close here, it's going to take you back to the main screen. Okay? Now, let's go back and let's pull up that same patient again, patient test. And let's look at a different one. Let's look at this one right here. Okay? Same thing. There's the map. But this one, as you can see, we'll hit report right here. The macula was done on the macula. Okay? It wasn't done on 3D wide. Okay? So we're going to go back to close on the report, which is, I'm lost back here. Okay. Back here. So right here, that's the 3D macula we did on that one, on that one. Okay? For this patient test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're on the 19th here. So if we double click that again, you can see these 4 reports. If you double click each one, these are the same ones that were done on that same day for that patient. Okay. So all 4 of those were taken on the same day for that patient. And they're all right down here for you. Okay? You can see 1219, all 4 of them were taken. This is the one that's open. This is the one that's in the workspace now. If we double click on this one, you'll see that this one will go off and this one will come out to open. Okay? So you can take a look at that. That's how you see what all the different scans that were taken on that particular date. Okay, if we hit compare here, this is if you want to compare like last year and this year. If you click this one, you're going to get a list of all the ones for that patient. And of course, these are all 3D wide. Okay, so let me just go up here, click this one, click OK. Now you're going to get a comparison on the screen. This one really isn't the right way of doing it, of both of them, because one was a macula, the other one was a 3D wide image. So you're going to get those 2 side by side, top and bottom, if you do report. If you do compare. Let's go back to select. Let's go pick this patient here, Brendan. So Brendan was done on the 11th of December. And let's just double click him. And you can see there's a scan. Let's play as movie. Looks good. You can see as we play the movie, we'll go back. The B scan profile goes, the line goes, and the OCT scan goes. And that was his right eye. And then this over here is his left eye because they were done on the same day. You can just click back there and get the left eye right there. Okay. All right. I left the target on that one over there. We left the target on that one for the depth. Okay. And let's go to report. Click report. You can see he has 128 microns. That's good. And he's 17 years old, and that's pretty basic of what you get there. Now you can get the review station software, which allows you to do the same thing that I'm doing here live in your exam room. Okay, you can do that. And you get one review station software with every unit. After that, there are more money. So for other exam rooms, but you do get one with it. So you can see this is the one that we have open. By the way, if you wanted to print that report, right down here is the other eye, the right eye. Double click that, and you can see that report comes up immediately, and you can print that report. So you don't have to go back. You can just go between the two and switch them. And it shows you right there which one is open in the workspace. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to select. Let's go back. Let's go to Teresa here. Okay. Now she had a 3D wide done, but she also had an interior segment done. Let me see if I can see what she did here. Right there's the center. Okay. All right. So right there. Okay. So basically, you put an attachment on it. You take your reading, your capture reading. And when you're done, I'll just go back. Let me just close out of this one. Let's go back to the list. Let's go back to Teresa. So on this one, a radial anterior segment, you just double click it, and you're going to get this clock dial over here. And if you just click in this window and you move your thumb wheel, you can turn around and you can see where the slit light from the Maestro entered the retina. Or enter the cornea. And right there is the center where it went in. Okay? Now, if you go up here to caliper and you go to measure, this is sort of where you start. You put the cursor where you want to start, and you hold it down and you pull it straight down, and you can measure the thickness of the cornea right there, 580. So if you did a pachymeter, if you're in the center of the cornea, that should be what it is, 580 microns. That's how you do that. So let's go to caliper, let's delete all, and are you sure you want to delete? Yes. Let's go over here, let's measure it over here. Sort of arbitrary where you started, but if you just put the cursor there and go straight down, right there, 593 microns. Caliper, delete all. So that's how you can do that. It creates a great overall shot of the eye, by the way. So if you want to highlight a pterygium or anything like that, you can take that. Here you can do color set. I'm sorry, you can do down here you can do black and white or grayscale. Excuse me, grayscale or black and white. So it's color, grayscale, black and white. Again, and down here are the other three that she had, the other ones she had taken. We can open that one up and look at that one. And let's go back to color and see if we can find the center right there. Again, you can measure it. You just click on the caliper here, right here, and then you can sit there and you can measure it right here. Okay? So that's how that's done on the interior segment. So when you're done, you can hit select, and you're right back to the main screen. And you get a little preview over here of what these are too. You can see over here what these are over here. If you click on them, you'll get an idea that that's the anterior segment. There's the 3D wide for the left eye, 3D wide for the right eye. So you can get to see that right there, over there. You know, this will take you right to the reports. If you want to look at that, that'll give you the report right away. You can print it out. So you can do that, or you can export it, whatever you want. You can do a print preview, whatever you want to do here, down here on the report list. So that basically takes care of that. So now you know all about that. Now, the other thing was data management. Let's say you make a mistake and you didn't type in the patient's name right, or you typed in a wrong birth date or something to that effect. Well, let me show you that. And then I think we'll be done with this tutorial. This is supposed to be a beginning tutorial. Let's just click this to map. Take a look at that map. That's a nice map there. I like that one. All right. Again, remember, full screen. Back to Windows. Full screen. Back to window. Now let's do this. Data management. Go back to select. Let's say this was, you forgot to put the first name in here. Last name is Bob, B-A. But we put in the first name is John, okay? What you go is you go into data management, enter data management mode, modify the patient information, delete and archive the OCT data. Click OK. And right here, click this patient. And if you go up here to edit, delete, click here. Edit patient information. There's the ID number. There's the last name. So let's put in the first name of John. And let's put in the last name of Baptist, because we didn't know what it was. We didn't understand what it was. So, okay, John Baptist. Okay, and then we hit update down here. Update. Now you can see it changed the information. Then if we hit close, you'll see now that that updated it. So now let's say it wasn't John Baptist. It was John Babe. Okay? We made a mistake. So now we're going to go back. We're going to go to data management. You're going to get this message. Close that. Okay, click over there. Click edit patient information. And go back and change to Babe. And let's say you didn't put the ID number in right. Let's say it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and click update. What did I do wrong? Update. Patient change isn't allowed in the current connection mode. Please use configuration utility to change the mode. Okay, let me see what I did there. Click that. I did click that, didn't I? And click update. There it took. Okay, I must not have clicked that when I went out there. So now let's check back to John Babe. Okay, so that's how you do that. Okay. You can also, oh, you forgot to put in the patient birthday. Well, we did put it in. Well, let's say it was 1975. So make sure you click, edit, delete, patient information. Let's say it was 1975. Click that. Then click update. And now it changed it to 1975. Okay, so that's how you go into data management. Then when you're done, hit close. And you're completely done, and you're ready to go. And now everything has changed. So that's where that is down here on data management. That's basically it. Go back to the, if you hit close here, this will take you completely out of the 3D OCT software. Hit close. And you're back to the main desktop. So basically that's it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully this helps a little bit.